Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. I'm excited that it is Friday, but also because I launched something today. If you guys have seen my posts around, I've launched my recent mini book called Spring Forward, and that's exciting because this is actually something that I was working on a year ago. You know, the idea is dreamed forward. I created it, I launched it, but then there was something about it that felt like not right timing, and I put a pause to it. I took it off my website, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna wait for the guidance till this is right timing. So about a week and a half ago, you guys, I'm just doing my yoga in my room. I'm just about to go to sleep, and I received the idea for the Spring Forward, and I was like, oh my God, I did this a year ago. Oh my God, what is contained in this would be helpful right now for all of us going through this collective COVID experience, for all of us who are needing to shift how we operate in our life and in our self-care and in our relationship to food and in our relationship to the future. Like, I was like, wow, all that hard work that I did a year ago might be helpful today. So let me take a look at it. So I did. I took a look at it, and I was like, okay, this is a tool that's helpful to so many, I'm sure. And so I just added extra helpful COVID things in there, added a resource that's free for you guys, and I've decided to launch it again. So I'm excited. I wanted to share a little bit about that today. And welcome you guys who are coming in. Good to see you. Good to see your faces. If you're in now, say hello. If you're coming on replay, say replay too. And actually, maybe before I get into a little bit of my story, so you understand me, understand where this came from and why the Spring Forward isn't just about food, but it's about like your mindset and your soul care and everything that matters to be a whole, healthy, happy human being. It'll kind of get you to know me a little bit better, but also maybe see if it relates to you. So before I do that, let me give you a hello to anybody who's new and doesn't maybe know me. So you guys, hello, what's up? Thank you for watching my video. My name is Brittany Shawley. I am a mom to 4.5, almost 5-year-old Ella. And I am a founder of Whole and Healthy Kitchen. I am also a mindset coach. I'm a soul, and I love humanity. I have spent the last 10 years of my life dedicating my work and my time to enhancing the quality of health and peace on this planet. So Whole and Healthy Kitchen is one of the ways that I do that. And the Spring Forward book is found through Whole and Healthy Kitchen. Oh, my husband's calling me, and he is out getting Mother's Day stuff. Do I answer, you guys? Do I answer? No, I don't think I'm going to answer. He's going to have to call back. I'm sorry, honey. He can't ask me questions about Mother's Day anyways, right? Speaking of which, happy Mother's Day to any mamas out there. This is actually something that is perfect for Mother's Day as well. So, aw, Jacob, thank you. I don't see myself as a hero, but, you know, one of everybody doing the best that I can. Thank you so much. Good to see you. So that was me, if you guys don't know me. And so here I am today, just sharing from my heart whatever is most helpful. And I wanted to really bring to light the fact that I have really experienced food struggles in my life. As you see from the thing above, I used to be 200 pounds. Well, actually, let's be clear. I was 199 pounds because when I saw that number on the scale, it scared me so much that I was like, something's got to change. But when I was in that mentality, like, I was always the bigger kid. I was the bigger kid in my family. I was the bigger kid of all like my cousins. I was the bigger kid. I was just always the bigger kid. But I didn't really realize that until I went to school and I started comparing myself to. Okay, so that was Tom calling me on Facebook. So pardon to everybody. Maybe this would be helpful to watch back later because there's so many interruptions, but it is what it is. So where was I? So I was always the bigger kid, and I didn't really realize this until I went to school and I started like comparing myself to other people, and I would get made fun of, and I became really self-conscious of my weight. And it was almost like the more I focused on the weight, like the more I put on weight. And I had this idea that well, it's more like a memory. I have this memory of when I was younger, and you know, my mom would go to Costco and get those big boxes of muffins, right? And I remember wanting them as soon as I got home from school. But what I would do is this, you guys. Let me know if this resonates with you or if this is something you've experienced. But I remember going to the basement, going into the deep freezer, grabbing out the muffin, but I wouldn't grab one, I would grab two, and I would bring them upstairs, and I would give one to my younger sister. And my younger sister's always been thin. She's beautiful. She's still thin and beautiful. Never had a weight problem. But this was my mentality, okay? I said in my head, if I'm going to eat this muffin and I'm going to get fat, I want my sister to get fat too. So I want her to eat something with me. like, whoa, right? So it was almost this idea that I felt so bad about myself. I wanted, and so down on myself, I wanted to bring her down. I was hurting my own self with food, so I wanted to hurt her with food. It's a natural response of the mind. The mind projects what it feels inside of itself, and it wants to take other people down to feel better about itself. But that just shows you where I was at with food. And so that was kind of like how I rolled with my way of seeing things. And so my weight continued to build and grow until I was 18, almost 19. And I had a friend of mine who asked if I wanted to work at a gym. And for me, being an overweight person, I was like, what? Work at a gym? That's impossible. Like, no way. I won't even get the job. But I applied because I needed one. I was going to go to university. And so I applied and I got the job. And I was like, holy moly. So I was a customer service rep there. I ended up being promoted to assistant operations manager before I left. Absolutely loved my entire experience there. But while I was there, I learned how to exercise. And so I started losing weight and it felt good. But I would go home at night, and what would end up happening is I would still have the same patterns as I did before I was working out, because I had yet to change my mind. I had yet to change my relationship to food. So I would continue to overeat at night, and I would keep, the puffiness and the weight on, because I really wasn't dealing with the problem at the cause. I really wasn't going to where I needed to heal. Right? So this shifts to, okay, well, what did change? Like, how did I get to the point of losing the weight? How did I get to the point of knowing myself and loving myself? And so this is where I started to open up my mind to things that would help me on a soul level and that would help me beyond the body, right? And so I started to look into things like hypnosis, and I got a certification in that, and I started to look into tools of mind training and knowing myself as a soul, and I started, I guess you could say, going on the path of spirituality. But really what it was is that I started to contemplate my relationship to food, and I started to realize that food wasn't just to not feel hungry, but food was to nourish my body, and that food wasn't just for me alone, but food is also for giving. Right? So when you have that idea for giving in there, it could be like forgiving, like you need to forgive your relationship to food, you need to forgive yourself for this, but also it's about giving to other people and serving other people. So really this started like stepping up my game when I met Tom, right? Because now I had to cook for somebody else and not just myself, and I had to look at all of these ideas. So are you guys with me? Like, do you guys relate to this? Do you resonate with this? I'm just remembering that when I'm on my phone sometimes that I don't get comments. So hello if you guys are saying something. And I will get back to you later if I'm not seeing the messages now. But so where I was is it really helped having somebody else there that I could cook for. But I was still struggling in my relationship to food. But then I started to do the lessons of A Course in Miracles. Do I have any Course in Miracles students here? Doesn't matter if you are or not. And I started going through the lessons. And one of the lessons that popped up was this. It said, oh, I might be butchering this, but it said something like this, like, the only goal I have is God's, or something like that. Like, if you guys remember this, the only goal I have is God's. Let's just say that that's what it was. It was very similar to that. I could put the link below. But the only goal I have is God's. And I stopped and I asked myself, well, is the only goal I have is God? And to me, knowing now and even knowing then, God is synonymous with health, right? God is synonymous with happiness. God is synonymous with purpose. God is synonymous with love. And so when I'm saying that that's my goal, all of those things become part of that main goal that I'm aiming for. And I asked myself, is that the main goal that I'm working for, or do I have another goal in my mind? And I started to realize, oh my God, I have a lot of other goals in my mind. I had the goal of wanting to be liked. I had the goal of wanting to be approved by other people. I had the goal of wanting to be loved by other people. I had the goal of wanting to lose weight. I had the goal of wanting to look better in my body. I had all these physical goals and goals of getting from other people, which means that my self-worth was not, I didn't see myself as worthy, right? I didn't see myself as I am. I still saw myself in this place of lacking and needing to get somewhere in order to be good enough. So as soon as I saw all of these goals in my mind, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I must be single-minded. I must have one goal. And I must trust that if my goal is God, that I will then receive everything else after that. So it became an act of faith, my relationship to food. And I literally was like, okay, I need to relearn everything. And that is when I quit CrossFit. I was training, I was
like a coach there, and I was also weight training there every day at 6 a.m. I stopped that. I stopped working at the gym. I basically let go of all these things because I knew I needed to do it differently. I couldn't diet. I stopped dieting. I stopped trying to eat healthy in the way that I thought healthy was. And I literally just stopped doing everything that I was doing before because I needed to make a new pivot in my direction in relationship to food. Oh, it's working. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, honey. I'm glad you're here. And so that was the shift that I had to have in my perception. And then you know what started to happen, you guys? I ended up traveling. I started going into homes with people that I never met but loved me through like my videos and the work that I was putting out, and they became like family. I started to serve these families. I started to study holistic nutrition and started to understand the power of the gut and the fruits and vegetables and the life-giving foods on our planet and how to put them together. I started to take cooking courses and learn how to cook, and I just started serving people and cooking for people and loving people and started using food as an act of love. And the more that I gave, the more that I received. And the more that I loved, the more I felt loved. And the more that I would nourish other people, the more I would nourish myself. And so it's literally like this law, the law of God, as you give, you receive, is what I started to activate in my life and let be my only focus. And when that became my only focus, all the weight fell away. All the food struggles fell away. My acne, my face cleared up. My ability to know what my purpose is and my function is and fulfill it with joy and without doubt was given me, because now my mind is focused on a goal that encapsulates everything that I want. But me, Brittany, who's already hurting, already feels so low in my self-confidence, is no longer leading the way anymore. I can't direct myself when I'm in pain. I need something greater than myself, whether that's God, it's the Holy Spirit, it's the angels, it's the divine mind, or it's friends and it's brothers and it's sisters and it's coaches and it's mentors and it's people who've been there before me. We work together to help raise each other up. And that's what happened. That's what changed for me. So I'm not sure if that relates to you or you understand that. The next level on that was obviously being a mom, realizing I needed to grow the nourishing body of this baby and how important that was. And so knowing that I needed to educate myself on how to do that most optimally so that she can be optimally healthy in brain, mind, body functioning, everything. So that was also huge. And then, so here I am today now, completely free in my relationship with food. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I'm not paleo, I'm not keto, I'm not plant food, whole bake, whatever. I listen to my body, I listen to my soul, and I eat what my body needs. And 80% of the time, I eat life-giving fruits and vegetables as raw as possible, healthy cooked, beautiful spices, delicious meals that are ridiculously delicious. And then 20% of the time, I eat what I want. And you guys will see in my stories today, there's an amazing lemon cake up there. Sure, it's not the healthiest thing in the world. Is it the most delicious thing in the world? Heck yeah. And does it make me happy? Heck yeah. So I'm going to eat that. But what I also did is I made the loaf, invited a friend over, gave half the loaf to him, right? And then we got to stick, the three of us in our family, the other half of the loaf. So I try to always include that law of giving in my mind. When I make those sourdough breads, you guys, that you'll also see in my stories, I give them away for the most part. Right? We still have them, but we give them away for the most part. And then that really allows me to be in connection with my soul and live and use food from my soul perspective and not my body perspective, because my body perspective is always going to look for problems. It always feels like it needs to change. It's always not good enough. It always needs to lose weight here or lose flabbiness there or lose cellulite there. I can't look at my body with my body's eyes. I will never be good enough. But when I look upon my body with the eyes of my soul, I see my soul and I know myself as perfect. I know myself as whole. I know myself as loved. I know myself as worthy. And that's why when I look at you guys, I can honestly say, I love you. You are worthy. You are enough. You can do this because it's true. Because I've learned it in me. And if I am God's child, you must be too. If I am a soul, you must be too. If I am love, you must be too. And in that unity, transformation happens. So it's from this knowledge, from this perspective, from this experience that I wrote Spring Forward. Spring Forward mini book has sections in it on food freedom. It also has sections in it on dealing with anxiety and negative thoughts. It also has sections in it on abundance. It also has sections in it on like a full-on, it's got 3-day meal plan in there for you. It's got ways to clean out your kitchen. It's got everything to help you to have a toolbox, even self-care tools, for you to have a toolbox of things that you can turn to as preventative measures and things to help correct your perception and your relationship to whatever is going on in your life. So it's a powerhouse, and I have put a lot of time and a lot of work into this, but I feel so good about it because it's ready to be given and to be received by those that it's meant for. So if that's you and you feel called to this, and this is something that speaks to you, I've got the link above. It's called Spring Forward Mini Book. As I mentioned, it's also an amazing thing for moms, right, for Mother's Day. So feel free to get one for them too. And yeah, so like I wanted to read this as well too, because this is on the website, but it's things if you can relate to it, right? So if you lack routine and structure, which was something that I needed to do for my relationship to food, for my self-care, for my own mental well-being, because if I didn't set up structures and routines, I would just bum around my day and never actually get things done and never actually be at my full level capacity or my whole happiness level. Routines and structure are everything. So if you lack structure and routines, if you feel anxious or nervous about what might happen in our future, if you feel like you're unsure about what to make with food, how to make it healthy, if you struggle with eating too much like I did, if you want to like clean out your kitchen, boost your immune system, enhance your health, overcome overwhelm, strengthen your abundant mindset, learn hacks for saving time, because I know we all say, I don't have enough time. But when you learn how to structure your time and how to save time, it cancels out that problem entirely. So you guys, there's so much in here. This is only $15. It also has, like I said, the COVID resource that is attached, which is also powerful, and I spent a lot of time in. You get that for free. And oh, hey, Carrie, you're saying it's so fabulous. I can tell you put a lot of work in it. Thank you. Yes, I put so much work in it last year and this year, and together I can't even tell you how much, but it's been a lot. And the last couple of days have been a lot of late nights, but it's been worth it because it's fueled by the power of my soul. It's the power of my mission, like behind it, that this is what I want to do. And I wanted to make sure that this was available in time for Mother's Day, so people could give it as gifts and start using it now. I mean, now is when the need is. So yeah, so I'm happy to have created this and to share it with the world. So I'm happy. Enjoy it too, Carrie. So that's it, you guys. That's a little bit more about me. You know now that I used to be, I weighed myself when I was working at the gym, and I saw it at 199. I was like, oh my God, this has to change. And so now here I am. I'm not that weight anymore, and I don't even weigh myself because that's not my goal. I'm not the skinniest person in the world, but I'm also super healthy on all levels of body, mind, and spirit, and that's what matters. So I hope this was helpful for you guys today. I hope you guys get to get your own Spring Forward book and see how helpful it is and powerful it is for you. Thank you for tuning in. I love you, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Have a good day, and happy Mother's Day. Bye.